Utility's going to come out. Tag might just do some massive damage. If he could just sit in front of that smoke and pick away at OG. We're now going to stream onto this B-bomb site. Hampus is not going to be hampered too much. However, they're just going to stream right through that smoke there. Nico, he might be a real problem. And OG falling apart at the seams in this B-bomb site. They do remove the player inside the site though. So NIP, they're just going to posture for that retake. Device is so critically low.
Yeah. So is the timer though, Jim. OG, they need to actually plant here, but it's all kind of falling apart. Alexi B caught with nade in hand. It's ludicrous to see able to get away with that frag with only 5 seconds on the clock and no HP to defend the plant with. It's all over. NIP. They put that one together quite nicely.
Early progression though from OG. It's going to be up through middle. Device is going to get caught out, expending his entire clip, and Rez is not in a position to trade whatsoever. OG, they are just going to make mincemeat of these MP9s. They have control of A bomb site.
Yeah, that's a save. Every day of the week on Inferno.
Nothing on offer anywhere across the map. OG did a good job of securing their first round. They might just be playing right into the hands of NIP. Molotovs will land on that bomb site, so they're just going to stream through. Flames has no choice but to take that Molotov. Rez, some bowling. And they, again, are just being delayed onto this bomb site. Streaming on in. Rez is happy to oblige. He has Plopsky playing on his arm. And that is working ever so nicely. Alexi B has to try and save what is left.
And he's posted on the A-cross toward dig side as well. 3B for Alexi B there. But that does give Device the cue. T is over there. And Device posted on an angle like that. He don't miss.
In the absence of that extra CT, there's nothing on offer. They're going to go back to A. So there's an opener. Yeah. This could get hairy for NIP. Rez is on the balcony. Has to dodge a few flashes. They're not going to check it actually. And so if he buys his time here, he might be able to strike. However, he is instantly traded there by Valda, and that is going to be the bomb site controlled by OG. And the retake from NIP, another situation, Pilski, another save. I think blue's a lame answer.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a calming color. Surely this utility starts to telegraph that this is a play towards the A side. Hampus flashed off the line, the coverage, the layering is beautiful, but it's not going to stop him from getting two.
Hampus goes from painting a window to plastering two. And now, Rez has got some work to do as they stream up Diggity. Vice will combine with Rez and... Oh, okay. They work their way in, OG. Bomb plant will come through. Back to a 2 versus 2. Tag and Plopsky. Valda just playing the off angle. Ooh, they'll spot the shoulder out now, so they do have some information to work with. They're going to try and isolate that player in the site. They can't do it. And now, OG... Finally, we're seeing a retake from NIP, and it has been put into the dirt.
I'm assuming smoke to coffins. It's going to be blocked nicely by Plopsky. Tag dumps the molly in, trying to deny entry to the T's. 18 seconds on the clock. No more utility really for NIP to leverage, and as the smoke fades, Plopsky only going to get 1 for 1, but the back of the site is not clear, and with 8 seconds on the clock, they can't get rid of Tag.
Or can they? They might just get that bomb down in time. They should.
No way.
Just in the nick of time. That's a diehard with a vengeance. Style entries as a Device. He picks that up. Huge flank from Banana. They had no idea where he was. And finally around for NIP. Give people haircuts at the bottom of mid, but look at this posturing for a bomb site hit. Rez is good. Giving lots of cover here. The Hampus in the pit. That is a nice cleanup. And they can't even get out on the balcony. Mantu's completely flashed. He has no idea where he is. He wakes up as a different person with no memory of how anything happened. And Alexi B probably claiming the same. So he's left in this 1 versus 4. Vice is the line. That is it. Shut the gate. OG. They have lost 2 rounds in a row now.
Been in onto the line here. It's a double retake setup here for NIP. Happy to just play the numbers, see if they can find any picks before OG get into the site. It's ludicrous that Valdi is able to find that pick, shouldering like that. And Plopsky knows he's got a little gap to play with. Trying to utilize to find himself a pick, but he's instead going to use the sound cue of the bomb plant.
Just jiggling their way through. Tell me what that team model do. And smoke will come in. That'll just make things more difficult for NIP. It might actually allow them to progress through. As the flash does come on in. Here we go. They're making it work. It's now just Nico and Valdi to try and salvage things here for OG. As Valdi, a lot of work to do, but he's not invited to the barbecue. And NIP will be able to find that defuse. It's been a struggle street for them in this first half. However, come away with that 8-7 scoreline, pulling themselves into this second half. We'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Use this Nana control as a launching pad to kick off this B-side execute, as you've seen many teams do. Going to pick up the pace. Flames hiding in towards the pillar. Mantu thins the numbers through the smoke, but they clean Flames out. He's had a bit of a toughie this game, and he's not even going to clean up that frag onto S-Attack. But the quick flank is making all the difference for Valdi, Jim.
Uh-oh. This is making things difficult. S-Attack is certainly in a pickle. Now, Plopsky. Oh,
what?
Here we go. He's made that into a round now for NIP as Nico. He's going to arrive on the site here. The room is on fire, and he is carrying all of those pizzas. However, he very nearly puts that round back in favor of OG.
Oh boy. It's just raw mechanics.
He smoked away. And so all of NIP stayed here at the big bomb site. He re-aggresses through the smoke. That's bold. And now Alexi B has that A on lock. He's looking good. Leaving it now down to S-Attack, who gets absolutely slapped.
One clip on the A1S. Alexi B has been sharp tonight, no doubt about it.
They're going to try and take plunge here onto Valda. On that line, here we go. M4 only good for the second. As Rez, drops that smoke. And that allows them to just get onto the wrap. Get on with it. They've got to take on Mantu. 15 seconds left here, though. They will be able to get onto that bomb site if they can remove Nico. And they do. So Alexi B does find Rez through the smoke just to make things interesting. He finds another. What is going on?
He's on fire right now. You love to see it. Progression smoke for OG to find a little more space to try to get back into the side, but Hampus is going to use it for his own purposes. Doesn't matter. Flames hits him with the drive-by.
He's picking up the second frag through the smoke.
He's having such a crazy game right now.
Popping off. Going off like a bag of prawns in the sun, as you would say here in the land down under.
Mac 10 at his Eagle. Invested in as they try to creep towards this bracket side. Nico caught out in the open. Flash from Hampus is good.
Uh-oh. Valdi might be caught out here. And he is. So that makes things incredibly difficult now for Mantu. Cannot provide the resistance that is needed as Flames now. Let's find an extremity underneath. I feel like the role's reversed here. Flames is actually going to try and save in the apartment, or the deep second mid apartment. So, okay, forget that.
And Hampus is actually going to pick up the T-side ult for Device. So, this might more free flow creeping up toward bracket side. The contact plays just trying to catch some of these CTs off guard. OG have had so much success just contesting bracket in the mid round.
Okay, Device, ooh, Alexi B playing with fire. Flames though, it's going to take territory. These AWPs are doing all the talking so far.
Yeah.
Both NIP and OG.
Yeah, two of the more standout riflers on the server taken out of the equation early on. And NIP, again, not respecting brackets. It's going to pick up the pace over there. Mantu caught off on the off angle. That's the third time in 2 rounds we've seen an A player for OG caught with their pants down. Device has got the flank blocked down. It's just Nico in pit. He's trying to play the headshot line. He's trying to buy time for Valdi to get something done from library. But he's grey screen. That's going to be NIP picking up 2 on the trot and breaking the economy of OG.
And it's not necessarily going to work in the favour of an AWP where the spacing between the Ts is just so tightly bound.
These last couple of rounds, it feels like they are very much putting an emphasis on abusing this part of the map. And in the meanwhile, Device has been given the responsibility of minding Banana. How many times are we going to see OG players caught with their pants down on the A site? NIP have gotten away with it again. And now we get to talk about whatever we want, Jim.
Absolutely.
You wanna read me your Year 12 essay, mate? Oh god.
Okay. They don't need to press this hard, but they're going to. Flames falls. And he's not going to retain anything. Lexi B going to be in the ruins of a church. Praying to hold on. He does. Valdi playing around that smoke. Double stack on the other side of that arch. He's going to try and peer over Alexi B. Over the smoke. Perfect as it clears. Right into the dirt. Again, they lose that jewel though, so they are just going to onside on the back of that information. Plopsky critically injured. So, okay, this could be a round that goes to favour of OG. They've got superior numbers and HP.
As they come in through market side, or through main side rather, Plopsky on the angle. He's only got 3 HP to work with, but he's hitting nothing but heads. Rez dives through the smoke. He's going to double up as well. You thought that OG, that was the lifeline that they needed to potentially creep out and find a pick as the rest of NIP heading over in this direction as well. Alexi B wants to stop them coming through jungle side, and he's able to spray straight through the flash and take the entry out of the equation. The rest of NIP trying to force it up dig side, but it's one-dimensional and it's being shut down.
A man too. Arriving on the scene of the crime. Alexi B is also there to chime in. So OG, they have not taken their last breath just yet. And Device, it's like punching a brick wall.
In the meanwhile, though, you're looking at Flames. He's got full info on Banana. This has allowed OG to lean over towards this A side of the map, but with Alexi B trying to force his way through a Molotov and Plopsky getting the entry on side, it's kind of falling apart. Valdi trying to do his best to help from jungle side, and he's done pretty well.
Oh, Device at the right moment. Could he send NIP with a map win on their opponent's map pick into the next map in this series? Flames has got a lot of work to do. He's had a quiet series so far. However, hopes and dreams of OG on their map pick are in his responsibility. That is not going to be the case. Device chimes in quite nicely at the end to propel NIP with a map advantage in this series. We will be back after the break to take a look at how that map progressed.
Yeah, definitely have seen some of those statistics flipped on their head. Flash out mid for NIP with the top mid smoke, helping them take that part of the map and then crunch towards Cheetah. Multiple duels being taken by the players on NIP, and they're able to get those trades back favorably and contest a pretty key part of the map. Mid push spotted out by Devices. NIP speed things up towards ramp.
Yeah, Plopsky and Flames, they got a lot of work cut out of them. Cut out for them, sorry. Plopsky, he's still up. Now, he's going to just jump straight into cave, and it's left on Valda's shoulders. Flames is always left in these untenable situations. Got a feel for him. However, now Valdi, veteran in his own right. Okay, forces that 1 versus 1 with Plopsky. Now, Plopsky, he might have to regress here. The bomb has been checked, however. Here's Valdi coming his way, and Valdi has to try and force the issue. That is a great round for NIP. Just something simple off the bat. This is where they need to utilize the range of these Galils over their opponent's MP9s. Now, S-Tag is posted up on that donut pick. Valda is just going to chance his hand. However, Device is covering S-Tag. It wasn't fantastic cover, but nonetheless, that bomb is down in mid now for NIP. 2 and 3. Mantu, dear me, NIP are just so split up here. They're walking into these choke points with no trade potential.
Walk in together, hit the small site. 2-man crossfire for OG here, though. Man2 playing contact for Alexi B. Paying him back for the massage, perhaps. But maybe Alexi B won't even be needed. He's warmed up Man2 absolutely perfectly. Yeah, no doubt. NIP. Flash coverage is not good enough to push him off the line, and he's able to hold strong from Donut. That's a pretty sweet, almost 4K if you ask me. Hell, he might even clean up the whole team. Mantu steals the ace away from him.
There we go. NIP. They're not messing around. Oh, Flames though. He's been quiet. However, Eco Cobra struck. Good round for the confidence. Hampus is quickly disposed of. So a quick round there for NIP.
2 smokes being invested in to try to take the mid control. He's only got 2 flashes to try to contest these sites, but that is an absolute freebie for Hampus. He'll take that every day of the week. Thank you very much.
OG just laying a wall of flame over towards that B lane early on. 4 Molotovs and early presence was shown. It didn't net any results, so keep an eye on that for later rounds. But they do manage to claw one back at least. Oh, no. Wrong place, wrong time. And now, OG, they just spread so thin.
I want to see him get involved into the action nice and early, especially before Device can potentially purchase his own.
Maintain that economy control. These Molotovs. The HEs that are just doing the damage. They are being destroyed in this B lane again. OG, they ran something similar with Molotovs earlier, last round. However, it's the HE, that chip damage, that just nets them the results.
Like, none of these NIP players were allowed to take a fair fight this round. What the hell is going on? Just absolute bombardment. It's a mortar strike. Oh, you saw a few of the NIP players, Rez in particular there, he crawled out into the rubble. He was like, is this finally over? It was not, the narrator said. Plopsky to 1v5. He had a pretty outstanding first map. Even if he can't get anything done, it'd be nice to see him get some damage, but...
Then you're not even allowed to take firefights because you can't see your opposition. You can't shoot a grenade, you can't counter that. Here we go, Valdi though, nice and fast. On that response into mid, Plopsky just probing with that. Okay, not able to find his mark.
OG, super active everywhere. And the anchor. He's going to be Mantu over on that A site, catches S tag.
That will be perfect for OG. They are set up for this now. Plopsky going to walk straight into the crosshair. Device now. Just trying to do his best to jiggle peek. Now that would be a waste.
Not Caviar though. Not S attack. Looks good for a nice little pick in there, but OG active as ever is in middle. Over towards lane, over towards Cheetah. They've been in bully mode. Valdi has been on point all series long. Does get taken out by the boost over the smoke. But NIP got to get back towards this side of the map, and I'm not sure they're going to be expecting the aggression through from Flames. Oh no, these right clicks! Oh no, it's a disaster. Jim, it hurts.
It hurt. Every part of me is
re-equip the A4.
Right, see if he goes against the grain here. The smoke is going to isolate him from his teammate. He needs to find 3. He's good for 1, and now S-Tag has a lot of work to do. He's been taken out, and Alexi B emerges through the smoke victorious. And that is a round gone begging for NIP. This round is on a nice edge for either of these two teams. You've got flanks on flanks. That late flash into mid. This actions this B bomb site. S-Tag finds an entry, however. The mid presence has been removed. NIP, they're going to go late for this B control, and they're not even going to make it past Valdi, who has left Plopsky with 15 seconds to get to this A bomb site. He's not going to beat out Mantu. Has to go straight for that bomb plant. Mantu's going to aggress on the side. He's run over by a pistol. He'll walk through this smoke though, so Mantu is going to come into contact. He misses that shot. However, he recovers to find a second. Alexi B going to bring it back to a 2 versus 3. Now, they still have Flames on this B bomb site. They're going to have to remove him. It's just a foot race. Okay. Back towards the A-bomb site with that information. There's at least one player. And it's all about the post-plant here for Device and Esatag.
Yep. OG. Gonna walk up hand in hand and get closer into the fading smoke, hoping that will give them the advantage, but it definitely doesn't. Clean as he'd like from Device. Man2 staying active. That position has been Molotov time and time again, but this time Red's punished for trying to Molotov it off, and Man2 definitely showing up big for OG right now. A multi-frag and a pretty critical gun round.
Is he going to be aware of the advanced positioning here of Device? Going to walk into that B1 fight. Trustingly, Device is looking for two. He's got Alexi B, and he doesn't. Alexi's just showing his credentials once again. Plopsy's going to try and get in front of that smoke. He's not good enough for that frag, and now Alexi B somehow with the survivability.
Oh, the smoke's absolutely fluffed it on the stairs there. Maldi is going to correct that error. Oh, done by. No way! He spammed two of them through the smoke. Esatag's committed robbery right now. OG thought they were going to be putting a 12th on the board.
How on earth does he come away with that? That's ridiculous.
Just absent-mindedly spamming the AWP through the smoke. Might even be picking himself up an additional one here, Jim.
Oh dear. This round has fallen apart. He's committed highway robbery, and that is 11-4. NIP somehow pulled two frags out of absolute nowhere. Esatag coming through at the right time. And they want to keep that win rate percentage high.
Mid-contest. Goes beautifully for OG. That top mid smoke in combination with the flashes seems to be a recipe for success for a lot of teams. Device hiding behind the smoke. Just too many targets to fire at. So many of these angles going so well for NIP. It's insane that we're still getting the trades back, but with the bomb dropped where the CTs buy guns, this throws a bit of a spanner in the works.
The ability to firefight it. In fact, line of sight. It's gone. It's been pinched.
The sleight of hand trick out of Alexi B. It's a bit of a magician.
Oh no. Plopski is dropski. It's all to do for Rez. He needs some magic, and there is no nip magic for him. Retake utility. It's going to be slung here. They have that smoke, which I'm going to assume is going to go to cave or the bomb. But they need to choose wisely in this choose your own adventure path. That is a great flash. It prevents the retake, and Man2 is there for the cleanup.
They're on the save territory once again. And Man2, it's beautiful to see the turnaround from this man. Really delivering for OG right when he's needed. A lot of pressure. Facing elimination. Oh, Campers just decked him. Hold on.
Okay. Might be some life in this yet, as Rez does take Nico down, and now 4v2. We've seen these go the other way so many times, particularly in these situations, as Man2 finds the timing. Oh, he's pivoting on a dime to be able to find Device, and now bomb plant will come in. Rez and Esatag, they've actually prevented the bomb, as Valdi now has to take this duel. Rez is going to bide his time through this smoke, and Valdi is going to wait that clearance, and it clears in favor of Rez. So they do make the 4v2 work, albeit after some tense moments.
This is a map that they have a pretty good streak on. Now that they've got the Colts in their hands, it could be a different story.
Uh-oh.
Oh, the lineup for Rez. A beautiful 3K. Makes it look easy with the Galil.
It's tasty. And Device cleans things up. So, OG.
Starting to telegraph this B site play here by progressing the Molotovs in towards there. The execute starts to come out. Pressure on Esatag now. He's stuck in cave. He's full white. He's being hunted down by the T's. But they're stuck in there with him. Turns out they walk straight into his lair.
It's not going to be cut and dry. So utility streams in. Plopski takes the aggression, and now he needs to re-aggress. Flames is actually toppled too, so he's entered at the right moment. And NIP are locked out here. It was 3 versus 3. The flashes are good. OG streaming on. Valda dodges that flash nicely, and that is going to be case closed.
I think the initial first two picks were bottom mid, and then that top of B ramp player that died for OG. I think that was the 3-on-5, but they quickly turned things around. Flames cleaning out the side, but no gun's going to be taken into the next round. Issue being exactly this. Hampus, he's able to creep through middle. He's on the flank with only 14 seconds on the clock. He has put a massive spanner in the works of the plans of OG. They found their plant on the side, but it's going to have to be, again, Valdi and one of the other individuals on OG to come up massive. At least the retake is a little bit more one-dimensional here from NIP. But with the smoke on ramp, Nico cannot get an angle. Mantu repositioning joins up with Valdi in cave now.
Now, Device is actually going to watch that too now, so trying to make that spam work. They know where Mantu is, and Device does cop the leg. However, more importantly, NIP take the round, so...
Still on that single AWP. Half buy-in from OG. Couldn't quite put a buy together, but they've lost the hero AK early on elsewhere. Ooh. It's going okay for OG, especially for Mantu. He's been a key player for OG. He's going to crack open the B site and try to get this bomb down. Molotov maybe not going exactly where he'd want it to, but he's still ready. Crosshair placed appropriately. Surely that's enough for Mantu now. He even does kind of swing around, trying to take Hampus out of the equation. Now Valdi's set up on ramp.
You get all that utility expended. Valdi does take some damage here. That grenade could be decisive, but Valdi steps around it. He's ready. The no-scope to bring up match point for OG. Dear me. They got that old money. What a round that was for OG. Nice. On an expedition here. He's able to catch Lexi B out, so the aggression is rewarded. However, that means that OG have been spurred into action over at A. And Rez, well, needs to retreat. It's a long way back to the safety of Donut. So the bomb plant will come through. Look at how aggressive this positioning is from OG. Now, Valda, the shot is good. Device pulls out the pistol and now brings it back to a 2 versus 1. Nico is caught out of position, and OG
trying to get control of cave, and indeed they will make their way in there. It's going to be NIP, fortunately leaving Plopsky high and dry on the site. You get spammed through the wood wall, and now OG going to be able to get into this B site, but will they get in there cleanly?
Well, smokes are going to come in. Vice is going to sit in front of them. Ooh, Esatag able to clean up that B ramp now. They're not having much fun here, OG. They've got 30 seconds left on the clock. They've made their mark though. So somehow finding those frags through the smoke, and left a lot now for Esatag and Rez. Oh, Esatag low on HP. Flash is going to come off. Quickly switches gun. However, it does go down. Lots to do here for Rez. They're just going to aggress on him 1 versus 1. And that is going to be it. We are going to a third. OG take their opponent's map pick. We'll be back after the break. Don't go anywhere. So, we do have NIP on that CT side of Nuke. Legendary name for a legendary map. Map. Here we go. Rez, he opens up the account quite nicely. He's going to stay and fight. Device, he's going to crossfire nicely with. And that is Alexi B left on his lonesome to try and pick up the pieces here. And he's just promptly given an ear inspection. Oh, there we go. There's all the tells. There's all the sound cues. Rez is going to be spammed, but Flopsky, he arrives. Cavalry is cut to pieces by Device. And here we go. He's looking good for the third. Mantu, he's there, left wondering where his team went. And Device just digging in. On that regroup, that grenade just crushing. Device has got the read here and he's going to go shoulder to shoulder here. Is he going to spot the feet of Mantu? He does now. Gets away. Flames is in pursuit. Oh, Device.
He's taking over. It's a big game. Elimination on the line. And to see Device going 10-0 with multiple impact multi-frags on the rifle.
Well, there's not much here to write home for them. Not having the success that they wanted. Okay. They're trying themselves out of this vent. Alexi B. Oh! Here we go. It's all happening in top side. Ashram Circus is in town. And the acrobatics are not working out in the favor of OG. Rez does aggress through ramps, and that's left Valdet. Now 1 versus 3. He has some map space to work with.
Campus, you can already see him on the X-ray though. He's got the bases covered there for NIP. That's going to be 6-0 for him.
All turtled back up into the A-bomb site. So, Campus now. He beats out that flash. He's going to stick around for more.
Oh, that's just the confidence NIP are playing with right now. But with Rez behind him, it was all just space. It's the bait and switch to come in, and Alexi B.
That's a tag. He's going to wait until after the timer, maybe. Alexi B's going to have the line, though, so he retains what he's got and manages to avoid the barrage.
This round's looking a little better than some of the previous ones. They found a timing into lower. Rez under pressure in the control room, but he's just passing most tests. Nico's able to take him out of that pole position. Bomb plant does go down for OG, and they're in some decent post-plant positions.
Ooh. No idea that he's being aggressed, Hampus. Vice convinced something is happening outside, so it's taken a while for OG to crack the egg. However, they got themselves into bomb site, and, well, they're quite low, to be honest. NIP just taking their time, but they will have to get a move on if they want to take this round. Nobody is there on the defuse. They don't have time to check the rest of the site. This is going to work out nicely as Valdet does chime in for 2. And it's been a long time coming as Device is just going to stick around. Do absolutely everything he can from the hands of OG. They take the round win, but at grave cost. Meantime, though, going to try and fix that line. Hampus is so aggressive. Uh-oh, he could be in a spot of bother. But Device, he's found the timing.
No.
He's going to choose his moment. He doesn't find anything other than the first. Oh, Hampus can't chime in, and that is a round gone begging as Alexi B tears into A. They had their pick of sights, and there was a moment here where we thought maybe Device would have been able to pick up more. However, Rez survives, so there's still twists and turns to be played. He's going to come straight into contact here with Lexi B, but...
What is that movement, Jim?
Timmy!
Ooh.
Falling out of the bomb site, so NIP are doing damage.
Look at this, Nico. You see, every time you see the Mac 10 with no util purchase, it's pretty clear what's going on there. He's on the hard entry into the upper side. Oh, gee, they're just bumping into each other inside the smoke. It's an absolute disaster. No. And their money is broken.
Have the runner play. They've thinned out the CT numbers. This is a better position for the Plopsky. Could be a real hamper, though. Oh, Mantu ducks the crosshair. And so, on to Esatag. And now Rez, who will quickly regress from Annex. Uh-oh, Flames doesn't want to take that fight alone. He has Valda in the wing. And maybe they're both going to try and double step him to isolate that duel. Rez! Could he pull this out of the fire for NIP? Certainly looking that way. Valdi has to cross, and that is a round for NIP. Again, individual brilliance proving to be the difference.
This time, Device. They just look to thread the needle and push in behind them. Alexi applying pressure in towards Decon. Trying to find Esatag, but Rez in the meanwhile is just putting in more work.
So much to do here. This broken play is going to work in favor of Device. He's able to set himself into an awkward position for OG. That is going to be destroyed. They have to filter out Decon. The flank was oh so ridiculous.
Don't even have a head, mate. Because it just keeps getting bonked off at every angle. OG going to try to hit a very sharp timing into upper here, and it's not really doing them any favors again. The rifle's just cleaning everything up. Esatag playing inside the smoke. Does get cleaned up by Mantu, who's going to hop down the vents in the 1-on-2. Neither one of these CTs are anywhere near the lowers rotate, so there's potential here.
Information about that bomb plant too, so Mantu has to make that little work, but Rez has the power of positioning, so the defuse will come in for NIP. As I said, NIP on the back of Device's performance too. They secure themselves a dominant first half. Felt it. Quick door check. As he just lets NIP know he's there, and the retake will be staged by OG. 4v4, make that 4v3 as Hampus goes down. What can Flames do? Rez, they're not going to check that line. They're going to double swing. And that is good for OG. Device, though, is still alive, and he's a threat in this 1v1. He's been fantastic, but now he's in a duel to the death with Flames. Both players forced to reload at the most inopportune time. And dear me, that was more awkward than some first dates.
Yeah.
Nico might be overstaying his welcome. And there we go. He's been found out though, so Nip not necessarily trying to push the issue either with these trade opportunities. Does have Flames in support. Nico's just sticking around.
Beautiful.
Oh, and Alexi B just curb stops Plopsky. Nobody is revealed to be hiding behind them for OG. That smoke is just going to allow the passage to the top side. Oh, Plopsky, big entry from him. And now Nico, he's playing at Mustang, and he's going to have to try and ride, Sally ride. But it's Mantu now. His top side has fallen, progressing through ramps. He's not got a lot on offer here. However, Hampus has found him. So NIP are just going to make those post-plant tweaks to their positioning.
They are the higher-ranked team, and a team that can cause problems for the best of squads on their day. For NIP, elimination on the line in a knockout game, and they've delivered a knockout performance, Jim.
Certainly are. Just absolute haymakers. However, NIP, job done. Rotation pulled. Can Esatag take Flames out? No. Flames has the better angle. Now, Molotov is just going to signal him, pushed back into the site. Plopsky's taken a world of damage though, so Nico could do damage with this Mag 7. He's going to appear at the worst possible moment for Nico. And he's good for 2. Looking for the 3rd, he's playing Quake. And that is a round 4 OG. Tough call. It's a big call. I mean, they're going to search around the perimeter, right? Look for a frag. That occurs earlier on in the piece. That might be enough for them, but that's just not what they needed. And NIP, they have map control. They're really going to make a pain for any rotating OG players. Not even going to be able to save here. This Device. That's a very slow approach up that vent. Not going to catch anyone off guard. So NIP, they're going to draw onto match point.
And with how fired up they're looking into this map at Nuke, I dare say they're closing this one way or another. They got to make plays to win this game, OG. Valdi rewarded for it. Hampus in the meanwhile takes Mantu out of the equation and evens things up 4 apiece. And Nip, they look like they wanted to dive into ramp room, but they're going to slow their roll a little.
Oh, Hampus could very nearly catch out Nico. And he does not succeed. Increasingly unlikely as this round progresses. Done a good job here, OG. They will survive another round, and they've got to make the most of it. Nico not interested in the vent. Valda could be caught out. Oh, here we go. Things may capitulate. Device is on skates with that Deagle, and now he's got his preferred weapon.
Yeah, he's got that AWP. That's a massive boon for him. Hampus inside the vents, just limiting those rotations, not letting Flames down. Device has got this line locked down, but with that smoke to cross, Alexi B might be able to get Hampus out of the vents. Flames going to clear him out, but not before taking critical damage in terms of the HP. Plopsky is for sure time to Mantu at ramp here.
Oh, the CZ does time perfectly as Device now has that AWP. It's on Alexi P. He's just going to try and stick it, click it, and let's just see if Nip can finish the job. They can. Plopsky with that movement in the CZ will knock OG out of IEM Winter. They progress into the lower bracket even further. What an epic series. We're going to break this down after the break. Do not go anywhere.